Good morning, everybody. This is Days. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and I hope you guys are all excited for Persona 5 and Echoes of Mana to come out today. We're going to be playing both. We're going to be pulling for Persona 5 on stream tonight, and we're going to be playing Echoes of Mana while we wait for WoTV to come back up. Hope you guys will come and join us. Today, we're going to ask the question, should you pull for any of the Persona 5 units or VCs? Let's go ahead and dig in. Now, before we get too far into this video, of course, since we do have Persona 5 coming out, we do have our biggest promotion happening right now. Of course, I am sponsored by the Amazon Appstore, so is a lot of other content creators in the War of the Visions community space. If you guys want to support us, if you want us to support, keep making content for you guys and, keep doing what we do, the best way you can support me, the best way you can support Oron J is to actually use the Amazon App Store version of the game and purchase Amazon coins. Not only are you going to save yourself money, you are also going to support Oron J and myself and kind of keep us in a job. Now, if you have any questions about the Amazon App Store, you can go to dig.gs/offer and it will pull up this wonderful page right here, and it will tell you everything you need to know about Amazon coins. There is a little instruction page right here for if you are playing on a different version, like the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You have the FAQ, which will talk about, what are Amazon coins? How do they work? How do they function? And then it also talks about, the UK, France, and Germany, and some of the other countries that the Amazon App Store operates in. So we are very grateful to the Amazon App Store. The Amazon App Store literally, helps keep us in a job. So please, we don't do, as far as I know, Oron doesn't do, donation goals. We don't do subscriber goals because most of you guys support us going this way. I would not be sitting here talking about this if this was not something I truly believed in and is one of the easiest ways to support us without actually giving money to us and to get yourself a really good deal. So again, make sure you go check it out at dig.gs/coins. Thank you everybody who already uses my affiliate link. You can also go to dig.gs/offer as well if you want to learn more. And you can also, if you're playing Echoes of Mana, you can use the Amazon App Store version of Echoes of Mana and use our affiliate links for that as well. So the big question for the day right now, though, getting to the topic at hand, is going to be Persona. Should you be pulling for Persona? Is Persona going to be worth it? And there's a lot to consider here in the grand scheme of things. You see my page here is just a little bit off. I'll make it just perfect, but are they going to be worth it? Are these units you want to pull for? Are these VCs you want to pull for? And I think there's kind of a priority list, and it really depends on where your account is as a whole. First off, I do want to say, I think the Persona VC is one of the most powerful VCs for Dark Element to come out. I think the fact that it gives HP 25%, the fact that it gives Maneater a boatload of accuracy, it gives attack up, the VC itself has agility +4 on it. I think this is one of the best VCs in the game. So even if you're not pulling for the Persona units, if you are someone who is building a dark composition, getting the Persona VC is going to be a very solid VC, not only right now, but also for the future with Little Leela coming out and with Dark Fina coming out as well. This is going to be a VC. You're going to be setting it to get that agility up. Like that agility alone, 4 agility is huge on a VC. I'm pretty sure this is the highest agility VC in the game. And yeah, I mean, you're going to want this. You're going to want this. You're going to want to use it. So keep that in mind. In terms of Violet is an interesting creature because Violet is one of those units that, she kind of already does what Elena and Locke does. So if you have Elena and Locke, you may not necessarily need to pull for Violet. I think she is a solid unit if you're wanting to go even heavier into light evasion. That's going to be great. She's going to be really good. She has a unique counter that 100% chance procs. If you're a newer player and you're trying to be relevant, I have a friend who just contacted me recently who's coming back into the game. He just pulled Elena, he got Locke, and he's like, I don't know, who do I need to get next? And I said, you can get Violet, but you already have Engelbert. Like, you're already going to be able to create a pretty solid light formation. If you want to save and wait for Astrius, for a lot of people, unless you're like a Super Kraken or a Mega Whale, you know, you don't need it. You know, we already have light evasion going. Yes, she's a really good unit. But if you already have some of the other evasion units, right, that are in global, you know, you may not necessarily need her. And keep in mind, on JP, they did not have Elena at this point. So Violet kind of filled into that Elena role and solidified light evasion on the JP side. She's basically a different version of Elena, and that's kind of how I think of it. She, of course, does different things. She's very crit focused, she's physical focused, but she's one of those units that, like, her, Locke, and Elena are somewhat interchangeable, and I don't think she's a must pull for everybody. Joker, I still think Joker is one of the units people are going to regret not pulling. A lot of people in my comments on my Joker video were talking about how, you know, why would I pull for Joker if I have Dwayne, if I have Ruin Stern, right? If I have, you know, Black Rose Helena. I'm just going to put those units in with Little Leela and potentially with, you know, Dark Fina when she comes out. And I think, you know, that's absolutely viable. But if you're wanting to be competitive, I think there's important things to consider. Particularly with Joker, he has access to 3 types of attacks, right? He has Missile, he has Slash, and he also has a typeless barrier break, which is really important. Another thing to consider as well is, you know, even though Joker is not the best unit, he still has the things that a unit needs to survive that older units don't have. And that's really, I think there is, you know, there is definitely power creep going on in the game. And I think people are unable to see the actual power creep of the units that are coming out. I think most notably, the easiest thing to see is that almost every single relevant unit that comes out right now has defense penetration or spirit penetration, right? Immediately when you start looking at old units, defense penetration and spirit penetration was really rare, right? A lot of the relevant units have a physical barrier of some type, or a barrier or re-raise or guts or something like that, right? And when you look at a lot of the older units, Dwayne was actually one of the first units that had natural defense penetration in his kit, right? Because he actually launched with a defense pen sword. He had defense pen in his mastery, right? But as you're looking at more and more units, right? You know, defense pen 40 in a passive, you know, that's almost becoming standard on units. So as much as, yes, you could probably replace, you know, Joker with Ruin Stern or one of these other dark units from the past, you know, particularly with second mastery coming around, I don't think the second mastery is going to make those units better than Joker. I think Joker is going to be very strong and very relevant. And I think people are selling Joker short right now. And, you know, mark my words, 3 months from now, when, you know, you're trying to set up your Dark Slash compositions, right? Because a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm saving for Little Leela, I'm gonna get Little Leela. And you finally try to put together that Dark Slash comp or that Dark comp with Little Leela and Majin Fina. And then you're like, man, I just don't have a Dark unit that fits in here. Y'all are gonna come back to this video. I encourage you to come back to this video and drop a comment. I highly, like, for those of you that are like thinking about this and like, just trust me on this. Like, if you're gonna build Dark, if you want Little Leela, you know, go for Joker. I think it's, you know, hands down, he's not gonna be amazing right away. He's not gonna be amazing out the gate, but 3 months down the road, you are going to be thanking me. The final unit I wanna spend a little bit of time talking about here is going to be Queen. And Queen, of course, is given to us for free. And I think it's interesting to consider, at least I think she's given to us for free. You know, did they ever say they were given to us for free? I think we are getting her for free. Holy shit. I'm like losing my mind here. I'm like, did I see something? Like, I know she was free on JP. Did they say it on global? They must have said it in the letter and I just missed it. Or I'm forgetting it right now. But I think Queen is an interesting creature in and of herself. And while you don't have to pull for Queen, you definitely have to invest the Visior to potentially max her out. And I really wonder if we're going to see Queen be more relevant, particularly since we have Ibarra and we also have, you know, Esther on global side. Queen coming in with striking and magic attacks and kind of having access to both physical and magic attacks, like, all together. is very interesting, right? Because not only does she synergize with potentially Ibarra, right? You could put her in a physical lightning party and she could be viable in that party as well. And unlike JP, you know, we have two VCs, one geared towards physical, one geared towards magical and lightning that they didn't have. We have, you know, Ibarra and Esther, which they didn't have. And I'm wondering, for the people who don't pull Cloud, if you're actually going to be able to run Esther, Ibarra, Queen and be somewhat competitive, and if we're going to see Queen's power level actually significantly increase as we are going into the game. I'm really curious about this. I think Queen could, you know, because she was consistently not sold short, but she's kind of like a complex unit, I would say. And I wonder if we're going to see her maybe not be meta, but kind of occupy the same slot that Tifa and Tidus did, in the sense that if you're running a wind composition, you're sliding Tifa in. If you're running a water composition, you can slide Tidus in. Like, I wonder if she's just going to be able to work because you want her to have magic and attack. I wonder if she's just going to be able to work in any type of lightning formation. And I'm genuinely curious. I am genuinely curious about how well she's going to function. I think she will be worth it to level. I think, you know, she does have that defense pen 40, which I just talked about. She has, you know, access to haste in her limit break, 42% haste. She can decrease lightning resistance 25%. Right, she's gonna get additional, you know, if she's sub pugilist, she can get additional defense pen. Her main kit and her sub kit has Dispel Auto Revive. She has a Curaga for allies. Like, there's just a lot of things. She can break barrier, decrease healing, increase accuracy, you know, land stun, increase AoE resistance. Like, there's just so many good things in her kit. She can decrease spirit, right? Like, there's so many good things in her kit that I'm really curious if, because lightning's more powerful, a little bit more relevant, you know, she can buff accuracy. I'm really curious if she's going to be significantly more powerful on the global side than she was on the JP side. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, because, you know, I think, you know, Queen's probably worth maxing. I think Joker's probably worth maxing. I would say Violet's my only, you know, you could skip reasonably, I think, if you have Elena or Locke. But I really feel like there's a lot of good units coming out in Persona 5. And if they give us the same treatment that they gave Esther in the last GL collaboration, I mean, you're going to be able to get them for like 36k Visior potentially, like get both units or get a unit and a VC and a pity unit. Like, there's potential to really get some good units here. And yes, of course, Astrius is coming out here soon, but is Astrius, you know, if Queen's as powerful as she potentially is Astrius going to be relevant? He'll probably make water a little bit more powerful, but I mean, if you've seen Esther's just destroying shit left and right now. So I'm really curious what this game's gonna look like. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to support me, you can use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins or dig.gs/offer. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you on stream tonight, and I will catch you guys later.